Hey guys, what's happening? I'm back again for a second video tonight. I'm doing these shorter videos and it gives me a chance to kind of show a little bit more even though they're quick. I'm doing the quickies now, y'all. But tonight's record is, or tonight's second record is Barry White, I've Got So Much to Give. Now this went to number one on the R&B charts in 1973. Um, it has Standing in the Shadows of Love and Bring Back My Yesterday. Now, this had two top singles for that year, which is I've Got So Much to Give, and another one. I believe it was Bringing Back My Yesterday, or I'm Going to Love You Just a Little More, Baby. This is a great album. I highly encourage you to get this one also. Actually, all the records I show on here, you should just run out and pick up right now at your local record store. And you can find these in the dollar bins and half price bookstore and places like that, which is where I picked this one up. I believe it was at the half price bookstore a few years ago. Now, ours closed down, which kind of sucked because if we want to go to that place, we got to go to all the way to Kansas City, where they still have one. Um, Now, some trivia for that year, 1973, was the top song was "Killing Me Softly" by Roberta Flack. A couple of the top movies were The Exorcist and American Graffiti. I have some fond memories of sitting up with my uncle late at night watching American Graffiti. I love the music in there. I remember Wolfman Jack had some parts in that where he was a DJ, and he was the guy you'd hear on the radio all the time between the songs, and all the great cars that are in there. I loved classic cars. That year, Richard Nix gave his "I Am Not a Crook" speech. And something I found interesting is that he gave that speech at a hotel or something like that in Disney World, which is kind of appropriate. We're kind of have the same situation going on with the Disney type things. A couple of people that passed that year was Jim Croce. He died in a plane crash. He's another one of my favorites, classic favorites. I love that song Operator. I'll probably show that at some point. And an actor or martial artist who died that year, kind of under mysterious circumstances, was Bruce Lee. I believe they said he had a brain hemorrhage from allergy medications or something like that. A board game which was introduced was called Anti-Monopoly, and it's just what the name says. It was supposed to be all these corporations are already set up or monopolies, and in this game you're trying to take down the monopolies and replace them with small businesses, which is what I'm getting from it. Now the game for tonight is a game called Love Letter, and this came out in 2012 by a Japanese fellow named Seiji Kanai. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I picked this up a few weeks ago. Not this particular copy. Actually, I got this one, which is the same game but a smaller version. And we've been having a lot of fun with this. You can play 3 or 4 rounds or 3 or 4 games of this in under an hour, and it's really fun. It's a good game for couples, with your significant other, your companion, or even your friends. This particular version here is the premium version. We liked it so much, I went out and bought the premium version, which has bigger cards and bigger tokens. And this one can play up to 8 players. The smaller version is 2 to 4 players. Now, It only has 16 cards. You're only dealing with 16 cards, I believe, between your opponent and yourself, and it's real fun. You're both supposed to be vying for the attention of this princess, and you're sending her letters up to her tower in her castle someplace, and the first person to get 7 letters to the princess wins her attention and her all of her love and whatever comes with it. A couple of kids, a trailer park with a couple kids running around in wet baby diapers and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, just to compare the two the two card sizes of the game, this is the original $8 little pack I bought in the red velvet bag, and this is the premium version. You can tell the size difference on those. This one's a lot bigger and thicker and better cardboard than this one, and it even comes with these plastic fancy card protection sleeves. And that's just the example of some of the art. This is the princess, and it says if you discard this card, you are out of the round, which is just one little. You keep going rounds until one of you reaches the 7 tokens to be the winner. And here's the little tokens. You get a token of affection when you win a round. And in the smaller game, it's these little red cubes. And in the fancier premium version, it's hearts. Big hearts. She sends you her, you can picture little heart bubbles coming out of her brain, floating down into your senses. And that's tonight's last video. And Colin over and out. And Weirdos unite and play more board games.